Hello everyone, Baseball Lover 312 here, and welcome back to BCL La Vuelta a España. Today is going to be a doozy, because we have a stage that is a sprint stage, but I think, and this is my prediction, it's going to be crazy, because look at that wind, 46 kilometers per hour. This is some crazy wind levels, and we have, after just 3 summit finishes, now we have kind of this sprint stage, but it's not totally flat, and I think that it's going to be really interesting to see if the breakaway can hold their lead, and so forth. I think that there's going to be a lot of battles with that than if it was just a straight-up sprint stage. Right now, Peter Weening, Vogler, Westra, Sanchez, Moser, Durabridge, Grivko, Monfort, Barta. Those are your guys attacking, so we'll see once a real break forms. There's been a huge crash here, guys, and let's see who abandoned. I saw that Matty Breschel did, in fact, abandon. Doesn't look like anybody else has, but some big names have fallen. Let's take a look at who's in this group. Spilak, Clement, Port, Terpstra, DeMarchi, Degenkolb, Van Avermaet, Cancellara, Rogers, Sagan has fallen, Gerrans has fallen, Cav has fallen. 3 Kaha riders here. Kirienka, Judavocic, and Vandenbroek, and Sitsov. And Vandenbroek is 8th overall now. So, some important guys falling, and they're all back, but we'll see if they're injured. A 7-man group is formed. Durbridge, Moser, Monfort, Grivko, Vogler, Westra, and Barta. Those are your breakaway guys of the day. It is 7 guys, and they're about to crest the first climb. 2K to go. We'll see if any of them go for it. Who has mountain points in this group? No one has any significant mountain points, so they probably won't go for it. Actually, we're to that point in the race where third category doesn't really matter unless you already had a ton of points. I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird, guys. I'm recording this like right after I woke up, so that's why I'm kind of groggy, but I hope that that doesn't do anything, because I do have things I have to do today, and I wanted to get this out there. .340, and it looks like it's going to be Vogler leading them over the climb, but that won't make a difference. You know, we are on stage 17, and the top guy in the mountains classification has 42 points, so it's not like the tour whatsoever. Tian Barta on the front with 1K to go to the top of this climb. We are seeing a few guys getting dropped from the peloton, not a ton, but you can definitely tell that the wind and the mountains are having an effect on some of the weakest riders in the group. So, clearly, as Barta leads them over the top, the gap is coming down, and it looks like it's going to be a peloton win, but with the wind, who knows. Under 20K to go here, it's FFL on the front for Kittel, Joker for Kristoff, and Eureka for Cav. So clearly Cav's still feeling alright after his crash today. 115 up to the break, and they are splintering, and you can see the effect this wind is having. Durbridge got caught in the gutter, and he's just trying to get back on as Westra kind of lets up. 116 though, with 14K to go. It was about 120 with 25K to go, so the gap has not significantly decreased, but they've now sat up. So now it's really decreasing. And it looks like we're going to have a straight-up sprint stage for once. Alright. Moser goes to the front. Westra's on the wheel. Nobody else seems to be able to deal with that. 36, and there they go. They just all gave up at one time. Westra had 77 flat. Didn't really use it like he should have. Anyway, Rowan Dennis now on the front, and you can see all the major sprint trains forming here. Joker's here. BMC here, FFL here, and Eureka, obviously, are on the front. And Eureka are really putting the pedal to the metal here. And Gary Thomas, you know, with this crosswind, and the crosswinds have gone up to 70 kilometers per hour. This is absolutely insane. Thomas has gotten a small gap. Nobody really knows what to do. Kittle's in the wind now. Only Sanchez is in front of him. Cancellara here. You can see everybody just scrambling, and the gaps are opening up. DeMar's going for it with 5K to go. And finally, there's your train. Eureka have put out their train. It's Thomas, Cancellara, and Cav. But Cancellara goes to the other side of the road and launches his sprint. It's Cancellara, Kittles, and Cav and Sagan are right there. Let's see, under a K to go. Cav launches. Sagan gets blocked. It's Kittle and Cav and Sagan. And Sagan's going to win the stage for BMC. He comes back after getting blocked with a vicious acceleration, beating Kittle and Cavendish. Kristoff fourth. And you can see just how messed up that sprint was in the end because of that win. Cancellara fifth. Julian Alaphilippe, Daryl Impey, Betancourt, Gilbert, and Rodriguez finish out your top 10. Well, team manager Rafid Aziz has to be happy with what he saw today. Finally, Peter Sagan comes through and gets a stage win. And for some reason, the next just did it by itself, because you can see my cursor wasn't on it. So Sagan wins, and a great sprint from him after it looked like it was going to be Kittle versus Cav in a very close one. Rodriguez, obviously, still in the lead. I don't think that this changed whatsoever. Actually, I think it did. There might have been gaps, you know. There looked like there was gaps in the final, but I figured that they would all come back together in the results, but they may not have, because Vandenbroek has slipped to 9th. Now, that might have been because he dropped off because he was injured from that fall. We'll have to take a look. Rodriguez actually gets 10th today, so he gains even more points. Gilbert gains a few as well. Peter Sagan obviously gains a bunch, but he needs to about double his total in 4 stages. And the mountains classification is still really tight. Rodriguez holds it on countback, but Nocentini is tied with him. So if Nocentini wants to go on the brakes, it's going to be the difference between whether Rodriguez can get more points at the finish than Nocentini can get in the middle of the stages. And it's going to be really interesting to see. Fabio Aru in his white jersey. Guess who gains back a little time with those time bonuses? It's Peter Sagan. He's only 21 minutes behind now, but seriously. If you look at that, there's 4 BMC riders in a row and then a 5th. In Alaphilippe, Sagan, Yates, Kelderman, not Wellens, and then Yates. So they picked a really young team, and they've had a good race, but maybe it's underwhelming for them. They get a little bit of that back today. Kaha in the team classification with the red numbers and helmets. They're going to be happy about that. Cannondale just 38 seconds behind, and we still have mountain stages to go. But it's going to be really interesting to see if they try to put more guys in the break to win that team classification for themselves. Sagan the strongest, as you can see, that close sprint. So, who ended up finishing in the group? Only 37 guys ended up finishing in this group. Let's take a look at who the top guys to lose time were. And we have our first withdrawal of the race based on time. Louis Garneau loses it. He loses his race today. He just fell off on that first climb of the day and never got back. And the stage was not slow. So he gets eliminated. Team budget forklifts can really have to mourn the loss of their mentor here. 57 years old. He tried to make it through the race. He made it to stage 17. Matty Breschel also for Tinkoff Saxo is going to retire. But since we're past the cobble stage, I don't think that they're going to mind too much. See who the top guys to lose time were, and they're pretty big. Rigoberto Urán loses 2:05, and he was in 4th place, so he moves down to 5th. Pinot moves up to 4th. Hagedal now within a minute of the top 5, and then everybody else moves up one except Jurgen Vandenbroek, who loses 2:05 as well. So you see guys like Andre Amador moving up a place as well. And, it's pretty interesting. Andre Amador has kind of flown under the radar here. Arredondo is up there more for Nippo in the early time, but now it's going to be Jurgen Vandenbroek losing time today. And he crashed, so this might be a lingering effect. Alaphilippe obviously was in the top 10 today, so he gains a few places over guys like Malama, Koenig, and Moreno, all who fall back positions because they finished in the 2:05 group, as did Scarponi, Kangert, Arredondo, and so forth. And so those are your guys. Who was the last guy to finish in the front group? I bet it was a sprinter. Yeah, Tyler Farah finished 31st. So there you go. It's going to be really interesting. Tomorrow's stage is, it says it's a hilly stage. I would call this a mountain stage, kind of that short mountain stage, not quite Pyrenean, but we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. It's these longer climbs that might feature hilly guys, but I'm not 100% sure. Then, we have Anglo still coming up. So, it's going to be crazy. We're almost done, guys. Only 4 stages left. I can't wait to bring them to you guys. Thanks for watching. This is Baseball Over 3 and 2, signing out.